But we have come to believe that Europe is a continent because Europeans told us it was a continent. That in itself is part of the concept of whiteness.
This is the journey to one Africa.
So, first of all, there are times that we believe things that are simply not true. And one example, I want you to think about this for a while, something that you perhaps have learned in grade school about the world. So, and don't call out on this, but here's the question. How many continents are there? I'm sure you learned about that. And then the other question is, can you name them? With a teacher, there's always a quiz. So can you name them? Okay, and I said not to call out. So if you said 7, you are absolutely wrong. Continent is a huge body of land. There are 6 huge bodies of land. And you probably thought, North America, South America, and then you get to Europe and Asia. And Europe and Asia is one landmass. Continent, I used to teach geography. A continent is a huge body of land separated from others, or almost separated. Europe is not separated. But probably in school you learned that Europe and Asia are separated by the Ural Mountains. Check out Mr. Webster. He says nothing about a mountain separating continents. But we have come to believe that Europe is a continent because Europeans told us it was a continent. That in itself is part of the concept of whiteness. Europe is not a continent. It's a small part of Eurasia. And yet, for the longest time, and probably up until today, you believed it. And if you talk with people outside of this gathering, and you ask them, so how many continents are there? They'll say 7, and they'll rattle it off. And then you'll say, no, Europe isn't a continent. Oh, yes, it is. Because they learned it in the 5th grade. And they learned it well, but they learned it incorrectly. In the same way, and what I'm getting at is that sometimes we believe things that are absolutely not true, and yet we cling to them.